Bob Janice was happening. Janice, not just new shoes. Scott, KS Dub. Was NXT good tonight? Janice, they the exact shoes. I found my exact shoes. And who was it? I gotta look and see who it was. But somebody sent me $50. It was like shoe fun. You bought me my exact shoes. Nah, I found them for sale. I found somebody selling them motherfuckers for $40 plus shipping. What was it, 51, whatever it was in the thumbnail. It's rare to have a pair of shoes you like. They wear down, and then you find the exact same ones again. Same color and everything, same size, color. So in the thumbnail, those are the shoes that I wear when I'm sitting in the studio. I was wearing my other New Balance, which are extremely comfortable, but these were just like top notch. Cause I guess like when I be talking sometimes, I have certain tics that I don't notice until like after the show and shit like that. And one of them is I tend to put pressure on my feet. So I can't sit in here in like my house shoes, some dress shoes, casual shoes. My feet would be hurting like a motherfucker after the show. Kendra was happening. Turtle was happening. Yeah, excuse me. I gotta eat a couple more of these chips. I'm starving, bro. Like, days where I eat good, I be starving all day. And then I be looking, I'm like, man, I've been eating all day. I saw Jay Navi was outside on some random corner preaching the gospel. And I think his wife was out there with him. Tracy, Amber was having. This is the last one I'm done chipping in y'all ear. Daniel Berry was having cuz. Good to see you. I heard Jed got a death announcement wrong. Tracy, that pizza was fire yesterday. Do you hear me? That's why I had to eat salad today. And I'm eating another salad after this and some grits. Ketchup chips. I've seen them before. I never had them. I saw them back home. I don't think I ever seen them like that here. But I don't go to like hood gas stations here, like I do back home. Was it Chris Gonzalez's daddy? Is that what I heard? I mean, fuck the Lansing Journal. Them niggas have no credibility with me. Them niggas sat back and watched Jed do all that shit, and they ain't write not one article talking about Jed and the foolishness of all them elected officials teaming up with Jed. They witnessed all of it. You remember Josh Bootsman left. They're big in Canada. Interesting. I'm gonna have to ask my people up north if this is true. Am I right? So was it Chris Gonzalez's daddy? I'm just chilling and all of a sudden multiple people email me Jed. I'm like, here we go. Nigga, I was at Chuck E. Cheese, nigga. We finally got to use our Chuck E. Cheese gift card. We got to Chuck E. Cheese. We was the only family in there. It was lit. Jed went off on Vivian last night. Good. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. Y'all ain't gonna do shit, bro. I sit back and watch y'all niggas. I'm like, Amir let this nigga beat his ass, and I'm still trying to understand what the play was. What was the play to just like let Jed whoop your ass? Just, bro, some of this shit just. That whole place is weird. And they all be doing weird shit. And nobody likes just telling the whole truth. Even the people that don't be there lying, they don't really tell the truth either. They dance around shit. Like, that's why I'm not good at politics. That's why I'm like talking politics. I'm not good at politics. Because I don't be doing all of that wordplay and all that semantic shit. That shit is of Satan, bro. All them word games and shit y'all be playing as politicians. Nah. I'm not gonna be extra polite to motherfuckers affecting lives and shit. I mean, but the Lansing Journal, they stood there and watched Tiffany try to put me out of a meeting. None of the press even batted an eye that shit happened to me. Me, I'm in a unique position. What up, number 5? And I try to tell people this shit. I'm not on anybody's side. So I was the one that realized that I get it from, that it's all y'all. Y'all sitting here truly like, it's that side. The other side like, it's that side. And I'm sitting in the middle like, it's both of y'all. Not a video of Chuck E. Cheese getting arrested. Rhonda was happening. I'm too happy with life to like do that, bro. I remember what it was like to be in the political grind. Did you ever be in the political grind or you literally are watching politics Monday through Friday? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Was this ever you at any point? There was a point in my life where I kept my eye on it 5 days a week. Watch certain little YouTube videos or whatever fuck. And that's what made me get all the way out of politics. I'm not a hypocrite like that. And at that time in my life, I was not like this Christian or whatever the fuck you want to call me now or whatever. just know, bro. I can't stand the level of hypocrisy where it's just like you point out what the other side does all day long. If you even remotely say something about somebody in your own party doing the exact same thing, you're a traitor. That type of shit, that type of thought process of shit, that shit's weird to me. Oh, I play well with others, and I can do groupthink when groupthink makes sense. You know what I mean? But I'm not somebody that blindly goes with groupthink. That's not me. I tend to ask questions. Motherfuckers don't like when you asking questions. Exactly. Me too. I used to watch motherfucking Rachel Maddow at 9 o'clock Eastern. Watch Lawrence O'Donnell at The Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell at 10 o'clock. And then sometimes, depending what time I got home, maybe I would catch Chris Hayes at 8, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I used to do all that shit. And then I realized a couple of things. Here's some of the things I realized. First thing I realized is no problems ever get solved. Cleve, what's happening? No problems ever get solved, are not allowed to be solved. No. And it's just a perpetual argument, and no side will hold its own side accountable. So much in politics would be fixed if just each party would hold itself accountable. The only time the Democrats and the Republicans get on the same page is to destroy anybody who doesn't want to be part of their parties. So that's why it's so funny where it's like the safest place, especially if you don't like the Democrats or the Republicans, the safest place for you is out of politics. That independent shit, that is a mirage. It's not a real thing. And my last dash of all of it was Bernie Sanders. When I saw what Bernie did the first time, I'm like, and then just like, and then for him to say all that shit he say and then turn around at the end and be like, hey, but y'all gotta go vote for Hillary Clinton. Like, nigga, the whole reason we was going for you was because niggas ain't voting for Hillary, nigga. What do you... She's against everything you claim that you for. So what are you talking about? That's when I realized it's like it don't matter. Bernie Sanders, they put Bernie Sanders out there just to keep all of y'all as Democrats long enough for to try to get all y'all to vote for Hillary. It was a cool little plan. It just didn't work. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, then you watch the rise of Trump, and the rise of Trump was the other thing. It wasn't that somebody like Trump could become president. Man, this is what it is with president. Logan Paul might be president one day. Get ready for it. This is what they do, nigga. People forget Ronald Reagan was a motherfucking movie star, nigga. The rise of Trump. If you watch the Republican primary when he first got on, like, and running, the way that they let this nigga just run roughshod on them and they made no adjustments, I was just like, this lets me know where it's just like it's politics over everything. Nobody would change up. They like, we can't change up who we are, quote unquote, as Republicans and what that means for this nigga. We can't. You know, I used to watch some of Cenk Uygur and the Young Turks. I ain't always agree with they be on, but I did like the stories they would cover. Jordan Sheridan. And, you know, I watch these things, and these things made me realize that everybody's crazy, and politics ain't shit. I swear. And you see what I'm saying, Amber? Like, and people be like, I can't believe it. It's like you go all throughout and you see this shit time and time again. Nigga Kane became a mayor. The big red machine became a mayor. Chadwick was happening. I spent so much needed time with my family today. I had so much fun. We went to Chuck E. Cheese. We was like old people. We went out to eat early, beat the dinner rush. We went had dinner at like 4 o'clock. Like 3:30 actually. Cause Junior was like, we was coming home. It was like bedtime. He was like, "Yeah, we gonna eat." And it was like, "Nigga, you already ate dinner." It was like, "Wait, we did eat at like 3:30." It was dinner, but it was like 3:30. Then we went to Chuck E. Cheese, and then we went to the mall that was next door to Chuck E. Cheese, and played the claw machines in the arcade there. It was a great time. I had fun. If I got back in time, I was gonna do wrestling. I didn't get back in time, so I said, "Fuck yeah!" I didn't care. I wasn't rushing home. Y'all gotta understand, I'm not like on some real shit the last 24 hours. And I talked to Christy, and she was just like, she was very receptive in there for me on what I was talking about. She just like, it just blew her mind what I was telling her. It was like, I've been just like in this fugue state for like the last 24 hours. Because I'm in this utter state of complete disbelief. Man, what happened there? I'm in this extreme like state of disbelief of just like what all happened yesterday. Like, I barely remember like the stream. Like, I know I did a stream. I know I can go watch it. But it's like everything was so overwhelming. Everything has been so overwhelming. And literally, like, one of the last things I remember before I passed out last night was my wife telling me that she was proud of me. And nigga, I went to sleep. I woke up with Junior, and she was like, "You alright?" I was like, "Nigga, I'm tired." Like, I'm not in no place to stream. I just said I'll come fuck with y'all for a second before I go make me something to eat. I said, let's see what the peeps is doing. Yesterday is a big deal. It still hasn't hit me all the way yet. This 2 years been fucking. I've had everything happen in the last 2 years, including tragic death over this shit. So yesterday was a real, like, emotionally draining day. Drained, nigga. Drained. Jackie was having. Artist was having. Like, I had to really remind myself of wrestling. I was listening to somebody's wrestling review from watching Raw, and there was a couple of things like, oh yeah, and it was like, I remember, I sat there and I was watching it with everybody. Like, watching it was like, after filing that shit yesterday, it was hard to like really lock in on what was going on throughout the day. But shit, here we are. We did something major yesterday. That's all I know. Maybe I'm gonna get laughed out of the courtroom finally. Maybe. But just remember, bro, when I filed the first paper, they didn't laugh. When I filed the second, they didn't laugh. When I filed the Rule 59E, they didn't laugh. And when I gave my notice to an appeal and all this shit, they did not laugh. As a matter of fact, they said, not only can you do your appeal, we welcome your appeal, and you ain't got to pay for it, nigga. And as a matter of fact, all your excerpts of record, we going to make them pay for it. Because you've already lost enough money. We looked at the paperwork, and yeah, you did lose enough money to where we can approve that. And just so you know, when you doing that shit for the court, trying to get that shit, nigga, they want to know everything. When I tell you they want to know everything, nigga, they ask you, nigga, is it niggas that owe you money? Bullshit. This was a real question on the shit you gotta fill out to see if you qualify. Nigga, they literally asked if there's people that owe you money, nigga. And if so, they want to know how much niggas owe. I couldn't believe it. I was like, nigga, they want to make sure you broke, nigga. Oh, I'm gonna have to put y'all have to remind me when I'm in the studio one day. Put that shit up on the screen so you can see that shit. The nigga, the Ninth Circuit want to know, nigga, if anybody owe you money, nigga. Do you know Pooh Shiesty? Are you under contract with Pooh Shiesty, and have you ever tried to get out of your contract with Pooh Shiesty? Nigga, I couldn't believe I showed Chris. I was like, look, Chris, because they wanted everything, nigga. Everything. They wanted to know how much cash you had on you. They want to know, is it like it was like boilerplate stuff, you know, stuff you would expect when you trying to prove that shit. But nigga, that was the one. That's the one I never seen before. It's like, nigga, does anybody owe you money? And if so, how much? Now my question is, what if I say a nigga owe me 25 bands? Are y'all gonna go get it from that nigga? That's what you should have did, Shiesty. You should have told the government and had them go pick that nigga up. Is Offset related to you in any way? What the fuck does that mean? Wait, time out. What the fuck does that mean? Nigga, I'm not sitting here shot in the ass. How the fuck is it? Wait. Time out. How the fuck are me and Offset supposed to be related anyway? Nigga, like, wait, what happened? They probably did, Tracy, and I just don't remember. Nigga. Nigga. Cause if I'd have said yes, they would have been like, nigga, it's a wrap. Cause you wanna know what's funny about this shit with Offset, nigga? Here's the shit that's funny with Offset. Little TJ told niggas about him about a year ago. And nobody wanted to believe this nigga. This is well before Selena Powell came out and said some shit. Artist right off will remind me about Offset. This nigga Offset been a known gambling addict. The nigga, little TJ, and when he told the story, I can tell when industry niggas And I'm not 100%, but I can tell when industry niggas be lying, and I can tell when industry niggas is telling some shit because they are telling in a certain way where it's like, because when you in the industry, you know, I can tell y'all stories about niggas right now. Some of y'all gonna believe me because y'all know who I am, but if you didn't know who I am and you just know I'm DJ Metro D, it's like this nigga, he's somebody, but how he know that? That's how that nigga was telling the story. I could tell. And that nigga was talking about like, he was talking about like how motherfucking he was talking about like how Offset be at the motherfucking casino, and somebody be like, "Oh shit, it's Offset, nigga," and this nigga try to get motherfuckers to cash out him money and shit like that, like on site. Imagine seeing your favorite rapper, or it don't even have to be your favorite, just a rapper you like and you like their music and shit. You see this nigga out in public, you say what's up to this nigga, and this nigga asks you to cash out him some money. And you know how many people gonna do it? Cause it's easy for this nigga as Offset. Offset can make up any fucking story and most people gonna believe why he ain't got no money. Most people won't think that he don't have money because he's actually fucking broke. Whatever story, cause you like, nigga, oh shit, nigga, who wasn't on Bad and Bougie? Nigga, what you mean? Who wasn't on Bad and Bougie? I wasn't on Bad and Bougie? Who wasn't on Bad and Bougie? And you be like, yeah, shit, cash app this nigga. So, y'all gotta remember, the first thing, bro, I even said it, and no, like, remember when Cardi B came out and told everybody this nigga was asking for spousal support, and everybody just thought that nigga was doing that shit because he was just being a petty baby daddy? Nigga, I told niggas that nigga broke. She got money. Where the fuck he got money from? Even if I was to say the Migos was as successful as Cardi B, which they weren't, even if I was to say they were, and Cardi B only came out with what, like 8 albums or some shit, but was able to have all these endorsements and shit forever and a day. Cardi B was in the fucking studio recording like crazy, then just stopped. Thanks to this Offset nigga. And if I'm gonna say that the Migos are just as motherfucking successful as her, it's still 3 of them niggas. And what of her? This nigga been a known gambler. So when I heard this nigga got shot, I was doing wrestling. So I do remember that. And I think Chad said something first, and I want to say Clee said something, and that's when I was like, you know, like when I'm doing wrestling, I'm not there's no pop culture story like I'm really gonna leave wrestling for. And I know nobody meant it like that, but like, you know, so I don't want people to think I was just like blatantly ignoring motherfuckers, but I was trying to really focus on wrestling. But when I looked this shit up, I glanced at my phone, just looked at it right quick, and the motherfucker said he was shot at the casino. I hung up the phone, if you will. Like, as soon as I saw that shit, I got off the shit and was like, I'm sure this nigga didn't either try to, bro. I couldn't, you know what I couldn't take off the table? That Offset didn't try to run off with somebody chips or some goofy shit like that. Because the stories were rather dope fiendly, and then other people started coming out talking about like how this nigga was borrowing money for them, all this shit. Because Selena Powell said, I'm not bullshitting. I've heard so many stories about this nigga Offset in the motherfucking casinos, and this nigga be running through the check. And I'm like, and what I heard was the nigga was broke, or the nigga had like, I think he had to pay taxes or some shit like that. Because you know how niggas never account for taxes. And they don't never get no tax person that know how to write shit off for them properly, so they ain't got to pay all that damn tax. But that's another story for another day. Apparently he had to pay some shit, and that nigga decided, this is what Offset decided. This nigga's don't want Grammys. Hey Google, has the Migos ever won Grammys?
Migos has been nominated for a Grammy but they haven't actually won one yet. They received nominations in 2018 for Best Rap Album for Culture and for Best Rap Performance for the track Bad and Bougie.
Who ain't on Bad and Bougie? So, this nigga that's been nominated for a Grammy, these niggas that tell me these niggas the Migos, which them niggas was just, I look at the Migos like the same way I would look at Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Like, y'all make some cool club music and shit like that, but like, and there's no disrespect to Lil Jon, who's one of the greatest producers ever. But just as a rap group, it's no difference to me. This nigga comes up with the plan. I got how I'm gonna get this tax money. I'm gonna start gambling. Gambling is something you do for fun. If that's what you do, if you like to gamble, you gamble for fun. Gambling is not how you get out the hole. Cam, what's happening? You do not make the plan to gamble your way out of the fucking hole. That's outrageous. Jennifer, what's happening? Hey man, we did something big yesterday, bro. He needs to chill before he goes out like David Ruffin. You know these niggas don't listen. You know these niggas don't listen. Like, he got a problem. This is official for me. And the fact that some people saying that it was Lil TJ that shot him or whatever. Lil TJ is on video talking about, like, he said he let Offset hold like $10,000. And this nigga's like, hey, I'm gonna let you hold $10,000. Cause he's like, this nigga, and it's like how most niggas will get got by him. If you Lil TJ and you a nobody, but you got bread from whatever you do. That don't mean illegally or nothing, he got bread, whatever, right? You got Offset from the Migos telling you let you hold 10 bands. I told y'all I got like this from fucking Fred Jones. Nigga, let me hold 10 bands. Okay, you Offset for the Migos. 10,000 is nothing to you. He said he let the motherfucker hold 10 bands, and then he hit Offset about his 10 bands, and Offset was like, nigga, come get that shit back in blood. Now they talking about motherfucking. From what I heard, what a rumor. I've heard two rumors. One, Lil TJ didn't do it. The other rumor I heard was Lil TJ was getting his ass whooped by Offset, and then he pulled the strap out and shot Offset in the ass. How true any of this is, I don't fucking know. All I saw was the police. I saw the aftermath, like when the police was like dealing with niggas on the ground and shit. It's possible, Cam. I don't know. I do know that motherfucking this nigga Offset Ben had a gambling problem. And Offset, I be giving you the benefit of the doubt, man. And here's what I mean, bro. Like, anytime girls just get on the internet saying shit about niggas, bro, I don't just believe them, bro. Nigga, it's come to my attention that Cardi pretty much wasn't lying about you on anything. Like, all of that shit where she was basically talking about, like, how you a loser ass nigga and you trying to live off of her and all this other shit. And nigga, come to find out she was right. This is no disrespect to Takeoff. RIP Takeoff, right? I didn't think that Offset and Quavo would fall off like this without Take. There's no disrespect to Takeoff. I just didn't think that Migos would just be dead and neither one of these niggas could have a solo career after. That makes me wonder how much of the fucking work Takeoff was really doing. how much of the writing was this nigga really doing? Cause that nigga, he was the low key one. Yeah, there were some people that would take off fans, but in the mainstream, people know Quavo, people know Offset, and they ain't really know take off like that. Take off die, and then y'all niggas, neither one of them niggas have made a hit record. I do anything for clout. That's probably it for Offset. And then now Quavo, this nigga Quavo was like basically sacrificing Takeoff for everybody to see. Like doing that performance and holding his chain up at like you killed that nigga was weird. And Quavo was moving real weird after that shit. And people have just kind of let that go. That's cool. Quavo was moving mad weird after the Takeoff shit. Almost like he was involved. And no disrespect, like I said, no disrespect to Takeoff. I realized how important he really was to the operation after he got it. I hate when that happens. I truly believe that he was doing way more than people. Just explain it. We all know the names Offset and Quavo. It was Quavo, Offset, Takeoff. If you really went the majority of people. Nobody said it was over for Quavo and Offset when he died. People may have been like the Migos itself is over, never the same, whatever. Even when Quavo and Offset basically split off, nobody thought that either one of them niggas would fall off. They just thought that they would just be great on their own merit. It's a wrap already, both of them. And now one of the niggas shot because he a fucking gambling addict. He a fucking casino bum. Lennox, what's happening? See, when you in the rap game, the way that they trick y'all, because I know like I'll be like, why do they spend money on this and this and this? That's what they be approved to spend money on. The record labels tell them they gotta look like they have more money than they have, which is basically tricking them to spend a little bit of money they have. True, trying to look expensive. Putting you, bro, signing out names these weak ass contracts, and just keep being more. It's more, bro. The devil does not lack for souls, bro. So like with all this Gucci Man shit that's happening, right? A lot of Gucci Mane artists are like past artists and shit like that are coming out and talking about their time on the record label. Now, I'm not always mad at that. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, why y'all just coming out now? Like they can feel like it's safe now to say something. So I'll let that ride, right? The part that gets me is they almost all have the exact same story of how they ended up on Gucci Mane label. Gucci Mane had a clear system. it's dirtball, but this is how gullible niggas be, even the most street niggas. Basically, all of them got a story where it's like, one day they was just at the crib chilling, and they got a DM from Gucci Mane. And they basically went crazy because, man, that was my favorite artist. Man, I grew up on Gucci. I grew up. Gucci be literally scouting new talent and scouting niggas that fuck with him. Know his music, maybe shout him out some shit. Use that shit to leverage these same niggas that are his top loyal type fans into these fucking contracts, nigga. That's some shit. And Pooh Shiesty thought he was just gonna be able to pull the pistol out and fix this. He thought he was gonna pull the pistol out to get me. That's the joke of the day, nigga. This nigga thought he was going to pull the pistol out and get out of a contract with a pistol. The type of contract that will make you shoot a motherfucker, understand, bro. You ain't getting out of that contract, and all you gonna do is just catch charges. This is proof of that. You can't strong arm your way out of a contract. First of all, if they find out any, first of all, y'all niggas gotta stop saying that Gucci told. Nobody has shown the paperwork showing this nigga has told. That's number one. Y'all keep saying it's in there. We gonna read the whole paperwork when I get back. That's number one. Number two, just because the Fed said that they don't have hard evidence that Big 30 or his daddy put the fire on somebody does not mean that they don't have evidence that fire was in the room. Because they didn't say that about Shicey. Y'all not understanding, the Feds got that whole thing on tape. And they not, what are they releasing it to y'all for? So y'all can just put it in the blogs? Let's say, Pooh, you robbed that nigga and got away. The moment you try to sign with anybody, bro, they was going to hit Gucci and be like, you let this nigga up out of this shit? And if he would have said no, them niggas wouldn't have fucked with you. The best I can say is like, maybe Gotti had that nigga thinking, hey, I'll honor that shit if you get that motherfucker. However you get it, I'll honor it. And make that nigga take me to court. Andrea, we chilling momentarily before I go get me something to eat. And then I'm gonna try to watch NXT. Or not. I got some more research I want to do. Man, we are really close on some shit, man. And bro, I'm so sorry. I can't really. Tell y'all certain shit, but it's gonna be worth it soon. It's gonna be worth it soon. Or it won't. We did a big thing yesterday. One of the biggest things I ever did in my life. So hopefully I'll snap out of everything and be back to normal tomorrow. But you gotta understand what these 2 years have been like. And I just wanted to enjoy this. I don't even want to say enjoy, but I just want to like appreciate this moment. It wasn't even supposed to go down like this. I remember I had 3 trips planned that summer. I was going home, then I was coming back, and I was going out to the East Coast. Oh, that shit just blew up. It blew up quick, too. Man, it feels like yesterday. That's why I can't really be loud. I'll be talking about something else, and then I'll get to think about the shit, and it'll dominate my thoughts instantly. That's been my last like 24 hours. Was it Brittany? Did Brittany crash out? I think I heard about it, but I ain't seen it. What happened? What she crash out about? What, Jason didn't like her potato salad? And I was coming to that shit, Janice. She said she got PTSD for being criticized by the public. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking. I know you just made that up. I thought something really happened. What are they criticizing her about? So tell, yeah, please try to give me a quick rundown on what happened. I need to know this. I need details on this. This sounds hilarious. This sounds like something I should be laughing at. But what did they criticize her, or what did she do, or what didn't she do? Man, this is gonna be, bro. When y'all niggas is folding like this without Tiffany already. I tried to tell y'all niggas that this whole plan of y'all just gonna do whatever the fuck y'all want to do while y'all in power and just blame that shit on Tiffany. I told your dumb ass that shit wouldn't work. I told you that. I told you that there's going to be a gang of shit that y'all niggas gonna fuck up on, and y'all niggas is not gonna be able to blame Tiffany for it. And here we are. It's funny how this shit works. The trustees picked their guy who was not qualified. The public ain't having it, and they went ahead and forged on with their same choice even after public outcry. So what you crying about? I guess I'm confused. What the fuck you crying about? I guess the fuck are you crying about? Bro, the way that these politician ass niggas be so fucking sensitive, nigga. They be so damn sensitive. Y'all niggas, all that shit y'all was talking when it was Tiffany. Now y'all niggas acting like hoes, bro. I don't even, bro. I just don't get you niggas, man. You dog niggas, bro. Some of the shit y'all niggas do, I just be like, I don't. She crashing out because niggas is criticizing her. Nigga, you know you ain't shit. Like, that's the other thing. Y'all, Y'all know y'all be on bullshit. I can't stand people that be on bull. Like when Jed do that shit, I be like, bro, this one, bro. I know what you be on, nigga. Like this is weird to me. Something happened to Jed. He let's say before the channel go off. Good night, Chad. Let's say before the channel go off. This nigga do a video because he knows the channel is gonna go off in 24 hours. He will stream for 24 hours playing victim as if he didn't do anything. He will play victim and oh, this is just, I sit and I pray to God and I ask why these things keep happening to me. And like, this is shit this nigga be sitting there saying. Meanwhile, you sitting here, you like, nigga, are you like fucking for real? Like, nigga, this shit is all your fault. Well, I heard that it wasn't Chris Gonzalez. Bro, Jed thirsty. Like, bro, y'all gotta understand how down bad Jed is. Some of y'all niggas don't get it. Some of you Negroes don't get it. And I understand. But, like, bodyguard getting shot, this, that, and the third. Like, this is the first time in 2 years Jed ain't got no traction of any kind. Like, nobody's beefing with him actively. There's no scandal near around him that he can really latch on to. So, like, when that Kanika Jenkins shit with her mama and shit happened, that was perfect for him. And he just sits around waiting for those type of moments. And then, like when the other pastor, nigga, whatever the fuck that was going on, that shit, like, he'll find something to happen. And then when that thing happened, he'll swear that all part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, and all the parts ain't nothing but this nigga just literally fucking making up shit. Literally. Yeah, Napoleon trying to kill me. He's gonna keep saying something until it can generate him enough views to make a couple $1,000. It's a very pitiful way to live. What I heard that it was Chris Gonzalez' daddy that passed, but I don't even know. I truly don't know. But I believe that this is the new scandal. Like, people are leaking shit through Jed and he just running with it. Like, bro, I still ain't got no fucking proof that Tiffany daddy's been shot. We still have no proof that her daddy was shot. None. She ain't even so much as came back out and told us if he's doing better, he out the hospital. She ain't said shit. She made that little bullshit ass statement off the heels of some bullshit Jed said. And that was that. Now, because I think Tiffany wanted some sympathy that she didn't get when everybody was like, man, your daddy got shot in a fucking alley. And I know some people like, come on, Shay, would Tiffany really lie about some shit like that? Yes. So would Jed, so would Jason House, so would Kiana Belcher, so would Brittany Norwood, so would motherfucking Ed Steve, Carolyn Avant, Mary Avant, whoever that fuck that bitch is, all of them. Napoleon, they will all do it. They all dirty enough to do it. So it's confirmed that it's actually Chris Gonzalez is supposed to be dead. Well, R.I.P. I mean, I hope you got right. I met Chris when I was up there. He a liar. He was a liar too. I don't wish no bad on him. Like I said, I don't know. I don't keep up with Dalton politics. I don't keep with none of that shit no more. I don't have to. I'm at a point in my lawsuit where it's not necessary for me to be listening to every single thing. I spend more time, like that time that I was using for that, I use that shit for wrestling now. And I'm trying to turn up some more on that this week. Y'all gotta man, y'all gotta see some shit, bro. It's a lot of evil going on in the politics, and a lot of people that are just supposedly turning up dead. We'll see if it's a public funeral or whatnot. Cause it's just weird that all these people get shot, dying and stuff around there, and there ain't never no like true announcement, true evidence, nothing. And you know I'm not lying. Just gotta stay prayed up, bro. The devil is busy, and a lot of people among us have just succumbed to his ways. They feel it's the only way. They feel it's the only way. If I'm not back tomorrow, just give me another day, bro. Just give me one more day. One more day. I think I'll be back tomorrow, but it's possible. Why not? I can't get my mind back in work mode like normal right now. I'm gonna be honest about it. My mind is elsewhere. Okay? So we're gonna get through this. I'm gonna get back on the throne. And we're gonna continue to be great. I'm glad to hear that, Bob, because if y'all was gonna say I wasn't, I was probably just gonna be disobedient. At least I'm keeping it a buck. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, and Clee, here's how it went. I've been talking to Christy. Christy been like, "You going to work tonight?" Like, man, everybody told me to come. They expected me to come, and I said I'm gonna come, but I don't feel like going now. I ain't going. They just gonna have to be mad. That's exactly how the shit would have went. It's not every day one person goes up against a multi-billion-dollar company. And it don't even feel real. Fuck belt to ass, nigga. They have put my face to concrete, nigga. Face to brick. Like, I mean, look, my thing with, look, you want to know my true opinion about Jed reporting Chris Gonzalez being dying? I'm gonna tell you the truth, okay? My bad. I have absolutely no problem with Jed reporting on that. Y'all just doing this shit because it's Jed. I'm gonna be honest. Whoever doing this shit. Jed is a known media figure in that space. Stop. It ain't on Jed to be checking. That type of shit, Jed could do that, but Jed don't owe that as a, that doesn't make you not have any integrity as somebody in the media. Just don't ask for no favors from his family. You know, that's kind of what comes with that. You know, if his family had to find out that way, like, that's what it is. Like, yeah, if Jed, you know, we don't even know if Jed had access to shit to his family. Like I said, if the shit's confirmed that he died, the only way I would have a problem with Jed doing it is if Chris didn't die. So, like it or not, Jed is a known media figure. I personally don't even know if he knew Chris Gonzalez like that. Do you? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious. Bro, I know what a lot of y'all be used to. I'm not lying against nobody, regardless of our past history. And, you know, I don't know how close he was with Chris Gonzalez and or his family. That's not the job of somebody in media. Because where did he get it from? How do you know he didn't get it from the family or whatever? I don't, like, where did he get it from? Look, I'm mad at Jed about a lot of shit. That ain't one of them. I know it can feel cold. Even if Jed say he don't give a fuck and he don't know the fam, I mean, I look at him and be like he's a dickhead? Obviously, he's a fucking dickhead. That's who he is. You know what I mean? He a pussy, he a crybaby, he a dickhead. But does being a dickhead mean that he didn't do something with journalistic integrity? I mean, he never does. But in this instance, like, if he didn't say it, somebody, ain't nobody gonna sit here and say that shit. If Dane Placker or anybody from WGN had came on and said this shit, nobody would be like, man, how you gonna say this shit before the family know? That's the point of the news. You don't want to ever find that shit out, but you can. And y'all let Jed operate in y'all parts. This what comes with that. This what comes with that. Because and this has been proven, a lot of places ain't going for the same shit that y'all go for. It's not a diss. That's not me trying to just be an asshole. It's the truth. A lot of people ain't going for the shit that y'all niggas be going for. He went up to Flint and tried that shit. You see what happened? Nigga, he wanted to go to Florida. They was on his ass before he even got out the state. Cause Jed was ready to go down to Florida, nigga. He thought it was on. He about to grift his way to a little beach vacation. Nigga, before he could even leave out of Illinois, them Florida niggas was on his head like, don't bring your black ass down here, nigga. But for some reason, when it comes to motherfucking Illinois and Dalton and all this shit, man, y'all niggas be letting Jed just get away with highway robbery. That's why one thing I even like kind of laughed about it, where it was like, y'all want me to kind of look at this shit like it's some mega scandal or whatever, but I'm like, even if I got on the air and was able to show you that this was a big ass problem and all this shit, you niggas wasn't gonna do nothing anyway. You wasn't gonna do shit no way. You know, I know the people that'll really stand up to Jed. Pretty much like the people that be here, and like I'm talking about here, because we even know amongst us, we know that there's people that just kind of peep in. People who really, you know, they ain't gonna ever, you know, they wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight is the best way to put it. Like Jed try to pull the shit in y'all neighborhoods, it wouldn't go down. But social media is a powerful place where real people be wasting their real lives away on it. Cause some of y'all will be surprised. And I'm not talking about the casual social media person. I'm not talking about the person who scrolling Facebook while they taking the shit. Looking at Instagram posts at a certain time or something. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these people that literally, if their ego or their reputation online gets bruised in any way, they shut down in real life. There's people that shut down in real life over this internet shit. Your level of beauty standard comes from what you seeing on the internet only. Crazy times. I promise, Boston. Like, I'm trying to get myself back in the mode to like small levels of social media and shit just for like Ellen to see, because I'm so disconnected from it. I'm so like disconnected from it. It just like even when I see a story, if I see a story, odds are it's not right when it happened, and or it's possibly fake. Like you gotta Google to see, because no, everybody on social media don't even like post like it's not really timestamp. It's like people will just post a note. They'll just make a note on their phone and say, experts say da 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 da, and it's like, and then people be like, oh wow. And it's like, well, what's the source? Who told them that? Where'd they get that from? And nobody ever thinks that far. Social media is a lot of surface level thinking, which is cool. It's a lot of casual occurrences, if you will. So when you know that a motherfucker's like addicted to getting likes and addicted to notifications and comments, and it gets too real for them. The the only reason I still have my Facebook is for emergency contacts of my family members from all over the country. I don't use the shit. I stay off the shit. Like most of the time, especially like if I'm casual on my phone, I'm researching something. It depends how casual I'm being. Is this more of a work time I'm in? Okay, so I'm researching something more important because since I ain't working on this, because that's how I'll do. If I'm tired of like working on something manually, I'll go to researching something I need for work. But if I'm off the clock, now I'm researching goofy shit. I'm gonna be researching some shit I seen in a commercial. But the life of a nerd. Even when I was like MySpace and it, like I never got to have social media like how anybody else had it anyway, because like even like MySpace, like by that time I was DJing, you know what I mean? So I couldn't really have my own personal like shit anyway. It was always just like the DJ page, if you will. The closest I got to any of that type of social media, if you will, is doing this channel. And I won't let myself succumb to the trends and all this shit because that's not me. I'm not into that shit. Yeah, like I'll give you an example. The main reason why I end up following shit like Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane and these type of things closely is because the music don't matter no more. I probably wouldn't care as much about like the biggest of the big, yes. But a lot of this smaller type shit, I wouldn't care about if the music was good. There is no good music no more. I mean, niggas is still sitting here saying Kendrick's the greatest rapper alive, and this nigga ain't put out no music since when? What, like the beginning of, or the end of 23? No, what was last year? 25. So the end of 24 was like the last time this nigga put music out? And he just get to live off of this shit forever? Because ain't nobody else rapping? Bet. We getting back to an era, and I'm so serious. We're getting back to an era where the best music is gonna come from like weekend bands. the best rappers and all this shit is niggas that's just gonna get together and do this shit for fun on the side. The best bands and stuff, because like they're not interested in getting talented people no more. The shit will change back when they get back to really going from city to city, going into local small bar. Because remember, they used to have talent scouts, bro. They used to have talent scouts, and these talent scouts would go from city to city. And I saw that this was still happening when I was DJing. These record labels and shit like that, and you just wouldn't know. And I actually would know who these niggas are, the niggas in the club or whatever. And like, they catch you at some open mic night, they catch you at this or that, and you get discovered. That's why so many people had those discovery stories, because they were getting discovered by people noticing that they were good at it. But they don't do talent scouting no more. Instead of having talent scouts, they have talent creators. Instead of them having scouts, they have people that you bring somebody in and they can transform this person. Good night, Bob. Yep. And then Boston's absolutely right. The talent scouts that are still talent scouting are just looking at TikTok videos, Reddit, waiting for something to go viral, just letting it just fall on their lap. Like, I told Chrissy, I was like, the real music lover can easily start up a music label right now and not even worry about distribution. I would go back to old school distribution. No, I'm not buying into your streaming system. I'm not streaming my music ever. Y'all, that's y'all game. What I'm going to do is I'm selling records out of my trunk. I'm going to make sure I have all media. I'm going to have cassettes, CDs, and vinyl. Because one thing I've learned is, did you know that DVDs and shit are still a massive deal? See, the mainstream will make you think that it's not. Nigga, there are so many stores that sell used DVDs and shit like that, and they sell. And a lot of people have gone back. See, a lot of people went too far on the cord cutting, myself included. I wish I'd have kept all my DVDs and shit. But I'm about to start getting them back, because they're like, you can get all these DVDs like $3-4 now. You getting them? Remember how much HBO? Do you remember how much HBO box sets cost? One for yes, two for no. See, there was getting a TV show, and then there was getting an HBO TV show. People are still out in the streets using media. I would still be in the streets. I would move my music offline. This is the perfect time to move offline, and you can be making a lot of money. Bro, this used to be how it was when I was in the 90s, 2000s. Even when I DJ, like, I know of multiple people right now that you've never heard of that were big in areas. That just doesn't happen anymore. I'm telling you, man, like, moving everything, like, that's why, like, I'm just waiting until we move. As soon as we move, I'm back on my Blu-rays and my DVDs. Because you know why? Here's the other thing. The biggest thing that I hate about streaming is I miss my bonus DVD menus. You want me to pay the same price for some shit that I'll never own. You could take away from me at any given fucking time. And then I don't have the 5 different language tracks, the commentary track. I don't have the fucking tragic what's happening. I don't have the bonus menu, the deleted scenes. You don't have none of this shit no more. Yep. That's the yep. And Juice WRLD's right. And look, not just in movies either. They like you can Google this shit or you can look on YouTube. People made videos where they show like they be editing shit out of TV shows. They will just literally just edit out like a minute of the show to just put another ad in it. Yep. So all this shit. So like it's a refreshing feeling when I turn the Dreamcast on with the old Dreamcast game because it works. Everything works like how I remember. But bro, these games now will have 17,000 patches, patches you didn't ask for, the patches you want. No, just come out with a finished game. We don't need no patches. We didn't have patches growing up. The fuck you mean? If it was a glitch, then nigga, that's just what it was. It was a known glitch to the game. But you didn't have basic game mechanics broken on day one, like how you be having now. And so DVD, like this place called Vintage Stock, it just put me like it's the wave again. And it's cheaper. You still getting the shit like you can get like whole TV shows. This depending it's just depending on the series or whatever. But still, like if it's the Sopranos like $200 back then. Now you can get the whole Sopranos for like $30. You can get the whole Wire for like $30. Because these things, like Sex in the City was $200. I remember that vividly. My wife liked it. Yeah, but see, that's crazy that the kids will ask that, but kids also don't know what finished games look like. They are so used to games coming out and just not working, and that was not a thing for us. It was like a big deal when people found glitches in the game. Of course, Boston. It's always something. Or it's probably some hidden microtransaction you can do for it. So I'm definitely getting back. I'm excited to get back on DVDs. Especially because it's like so much cheaper. Like I'm bullshit you not. Like everything we always talk about how things get more and more expensive. It's crazy to walk through. And if you want an idea, just Google Vintage Stock. VINTAGE stock STOCK and you'll see. And it's like walking through a really good Best Buy back in like 2010, maybe even 2005, when it was really just DVDs and shit everywhere. It's like walking through there and everything's on sale like 80% off. I'm talking about DVDs where it's like this was $24.99. Now it's $3. I remember that. I remember that Dexter box set. Like what are ones that me and Christy, season 3 of The Office DVD, definitely the first 3 seasons of The Office, period. We burnt them motherfuckers to death. Because that's when like everybody was making bootleg like DVDs. Like I was making exact copies of DVDs. We had disc replay. And this shit's just like this shit, bro. And they huge. And they be having old toys. I'm talking about, I saw my He-Man castle in there. And I said, if I go back and if I see it in there, I'm buying it. Like my literal He-Man castle for. I mean, it it was the weirdest thing ever to see a toy from when you were 5. And I played with that motherfucker till I was probably like 10 or so. On everything. Where that motherfucker opened up like that, they had that motherfucker in there. And they have high end shit in there. Then they got the video game section where they got every system. Games and shit, handheld. Then they got a music section where CDs and vinyl. It's literally, they were smart where they're just like, we're gonna have, and it's like 4 of them around here. It's like we'll just have an old school store and we'll see who still fuck with it. And that's when I realized, and they sell a lot of Funko Pops too. And that's when I realized, I was like, man, people are still into DVDs because the place is always fucking, there's always people in there. It's never like dead like that. It's always people in there. There's always people buying DVDs, music, everything. And then when I was really looking at the DVDs and the price and the selection is crazy. It's like every movie that you know, like all the cool shit. We'll have to take a field trip in there. I'll take an old LNC rides to vintage stock. Sam Goody's. It's like a Sam Goody's, Boston. It's like if you went into Sam Goody's, cause Sam Goody, like, they had the listening stations and all that shit. It's like going into a Sam Goody and everything is like 80% off from what you remember. That fucking crazy ass CD you wanted that was $17.99 because it was brand new. $4.99, $3.99, $2.99, $1.99 on certain CDs. Man, Sam, I remember I caught the bus all the way downtown to the Sam Goody downtown Indianapolis just so I could buy LL Cool J Lounging single. J-Rock was happening. When I found out you could get singles for $5 or under, that changed my life. And I think that's part of the reason why I started to want to DJ. Seriously. So like I would get these cassette singles and CD singles when I was a teenager because I was broke, right? This is before I started working. I take my allowance to get some shit right. And and that's when I found out about like acapellas, remixes, instrumentals. So like I used to be pissed if I got your shit and you just had the acapella on your shit, didn't have the instrumental. Like I studied music. Like when I listen to instrumentals, I like try to hear every single sound in a beat. And so that's where my love for that shit. So I used to literally listen to instrumental versions, and that's when I learned about crazy instrumental versions. Like the instrumental version of "For the Love of Money" is like one of the craziest joints ever. One of my top 5 instrumentals of all time. And acapellas, then the extended mixes, the radio versions. Because there's a difference between clean version and radio version. A lot of people think that's the same. It's not. That's why I go to vintage stock. And I don't even buy none there. I treat vintage stock like how I used to treat them stores back in the day. Like I didn't buy anything every time I went into Sam Goody or Best Buy. Remember when Best Buy was really a lit place where you just go in there and browse and you didn't always buy nothing, but you always saw some cool shit? Now, at least me personally, I only go to Best Buy if there's something I have to go there for. The browse economy is dead. We're done with that. Hurry up and buy. fucking forgot about warehouse music. Oh, you taking me back. I forgot all about warehouse music. These places should come back. Even with nobody coming out with new music and shit like that, there's still enough new movies and shit coming out, and they still be coming out on DVDs and Blu-rays and shit. I would open if I had the money, I could open a local store where we just selling old school vinyl, old school toys, old school DVDs of any genre. Yes, Morgan's not lying. Thank you. Somebody that's near that knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Like when I came, that's one thing I came down here and seen these vintage stocks. I was like, oh, this is heaven, because like all that type of shit had finally kind of closed up at home. I think we had like a disc replay or two at the crib, but them motherfuckers was lame as fuck. Nothing like these vintage stocks is crazy. The amount of toys, Funko Pops, they even got comics, books, cards. I know, Boston. That's why I tried, bro. That's why a lot of people, like, there was a couple people that said something to me about me like ordering my suit at the last minute. No, I wanted to go and try to find it in person. It's crazy how hard it is to find shit in person. I'm okay with the convenience of online shopping, but just totally that is, it burns me. I don't like it. Like, if I go to the shoe store and they ain't got my shoe size and they like, nigga, we can just order and have it sent to your house. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I could have did that. I didn't have to come here for that. I don't need you to middleman some shit. I could have did it. I know how to look up shoes, and I know my size. I've had the same size since I've been an adult. That's kind of how that works. Like, I don't know that shit. Maybe I'm petty for that, but like, I promise when motherfuckers say that shit, like, I'm like, nah, I don't want you to do that shit. I can fucking do that shit myself. Like, okay, Christy was at Dick's Sporting Goods. This shit was crazy. This fucked me up. This is a true story. The nigga, so I was over in one section. I come over, Christy's like, it was some shoes on sale, something she was trying them on. And she was getting ready to try them on. I was like, oh, okay. She was waiting for him to bring the shoes out. And she was like, they take it forever or whatever. I'm like, huh. And the motherfucker comes out and the nigga goes, Christy. I'm like, so you don't know who you bringing the shoe to? Like, nigga, you know her name, but you don't know that she's the one. Like, huh? I was like, did somebody hand this shit off? No, apparently at Dick's now, you find the shoe that you want, and then you go over to this fucking kiosk and you scan the shoe and put what size you want, and then if they got it, then they will page somebody in the back to bring the shoe out. I was like, man, I am a technology nerd, bro, but in certain aspects of life, we leaning on that shit way too much, bro. I was like, what happened to just having a nigga on the sales floor like normal? like, why would we? What happened to just having a person or two out here with the shoes? So, so when I realized that that's what happened, when Christy told me that, I'm like, okay, because I was like, this nigga come out here, he act like he don't know you, but he calling you by name. Like, what the fuck? I'm confused. Like, you said you was waiting on the shoe, and then she showed me this shit. I was like, this the dumbest shit. This the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life, nigga. What? I bullshit, like, it was the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. I'm telling you, Boston, that type of people don't realize that type of shit, like working at shoe stores, waiting tables and stuff like that. They really help your social skills in real life, for real. And a lot of motherfuckers don't realize that. That shit, like, it helps you out in real life. But they teach us we all got cooties. They successfully COVID us for like 2 years. Like, bro, I remember going to, because I had to do the family shopping shit during those times. And it's crazy that I could say I lived through some shit. Like, this is some shit like it'll be in history books like 25 years from now. And it's gonna be, they're gonna talk about it like, you know, like they're gonna talk about COVID like one of the plagues, nigga, like Ice Age, COVID, like the shit was crazy. We had a whole ass curfew. Like, that was the part that I didn't understand. I was like, just cause we sick, why the fuck niggas gotta go home? Like, and I was homeless in the car too at one point. At junctures of it. That's how God kept me. I never got sick one time, nigga. And I drove across the country during COVID. It's documented all on video. I was in Vegas during COVID, like watching everybody walk around, saying shit like you can't even walk in buildings if you ain't got no mask on. Like, I lived through a real life plague, nigga. And then coming out of that shit, people are getting less social. People outside less. That's why I love it here that we got lakes and stuff. People be outside in Oklahoma. Back home, they went inside, did not come back out. Like, I see it's kids that be outside in the neighborhood. It's the kid I see every day practicing his skateboard and shit. Like, I love seeing that shit because a lot of motherfuckers just like threw their kids the tablet and told them to go sit on the couch. It is what it is, Leonard. Take the wins how you get them. Bro, and they doing all this shit and people fighting over fucking toilet paper. All of a sudden there's just like not enough anything. And I'm like, I don't even understand this. Like, I understood it when it first happened, but I felt like the government was trying to, like, I ain't gonna necessarily say what. All I'm gonna say is this, just like, it was weird how there was a lot of shortages. Like, I remember, like, for weeks, everything would be out. For weeks. Toilet paper was like gold, nigga. The shit was like gold. You could legit down and trade toilet paper as gold for like a year. And we didn't come out of that being more social. We came out of that shit staying as separate as possible. That's why I feel I'm quite confident in saying there's more public meltdowns than ever. And a lot of reason why is a lot of these niggas that be melting down, they don't ever be out in public like that. Like, I was in Target, the day before yesterday or some shit. And I remember I was hearing this kid scream so loud, non-stop. And I never heard the parent one time even tell the kid to be quiet. Or to stop. Or is something really wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just weird to me, like, and just everybody, like, I get everybody else doing the whole, I'm gonna pretend I don't hear it, I ain't gonna look over there or whatever, but it was to the point there were multiple people looking, and I'm just like, You're not even gonna tell them to be quiet. I'm not sitting there saying smack shit out of them. I don't even know if it'll work. You gotta try something. You just gonna let this little motherfucker be screaming like this. You ain't gonna say shit. That shit be blowing my mind, bro. I'm like, if you would have whooped him, I'd be cool or whatever. I ain't gonna judge like that, but at the same time, I'm like, you not gonna say nothing. You just gonna let your kid go on like this, and you gonna let us all see this at the same time. That's why I just kick back, bro. But I take notice shit. But I do see a level of parenting because I remember growing up. I remember growing up seeing other kids getting fucked up, be like, that ain't gonna be me. That ain't never happened to you. That never happened to you growing up. You would see other kids getting fucked up, you'd be like, oh, I ain't, you dummy. I would have never tried that shit. You tried that shit for real? Like our parents, bro, my parents would talk to me if we was in somewhere and we saw somebody acting a damn fool. My parents would get in the car and tell me, I wish you would get in somewhere and act like that. This be some shit you ain't never thought of doing. And your parents would give you that reminder. You ain't never had that. I'm the only one that got that reminder. All right, man, y'all niggas is fake as fuck, bro. I'm telling you, like I'm telling you, Morgan, I vividly remember as a child seeing certain shit, seeing certain motherfuckers do shit. I'm like, nigga, you crazy little motherfucker, nigga. You trying to get us fucked up. Like, I wasn't a snitch growing up. I was the type of nigga just walk off. Like, if y'all was like doing some shit that could get us in trouble or whatever, I wasn't really gonna go tell on you niggas, but I was just gonna walk the fuck off. Cause I would look at you niggas and I would be like, nigga, you gonna get us all fucked up, bro. Especially like if you with some niggas and I'd be like, I bullshit you not, these are the thoughts. I'd be like, nigga, your mama mean, your daddy mean, and my grandfather don't put up no shit either. And we all together think we getting ready. Nah, that math ain't math. Math don't be math. Hey, look, this is the fucked up shit my grandma did, right? We had a tree in the front yard, and it was a big ass, sturdy, like off of a TV show you could sit in it branch, nigga. Bullshit you not. And I would always try to climb that tree. And I remember I would always tell myself, be like, nigga, I am like 1 year away from being able to climb this tree. This is what I'm always telling myself. I came home from school one day, and I promise I knew I was close. Yeah, they had to realize I was close too, nigga. They cut that fuck. I came home from school and that branch was freshly sawed off that motherfucker. They called some motherfuckers to the house. Bro, I still to this day I'm devastated about it. Then one day, like 7, 8 years later. Bullshit you not. It's like 7, 8 years later. Came home one day, was gone. Came home one day, the whole fucking tree was gone. I'm talking about this is a tree taller than the fucking house. It was one of them real, like that tree probably been there like a fucking 100 years, nigga. One day grandma was like, I don't want a storm to come through and knock the tree on the house. We gotta get rid of it. Just like that. I mean, it was just like that. There was no history of any storms knocking down trees in that area or in that neighborhood. Like, nope. She just made it up one day. I was like, fuck it. I just always found it weird that I could leave and come back and a tree be gone. Well, that's the thing that's crazy is like they didn't build that house. Like they bought that house. They bought it. I want to say, I think they bought that house new. So it's like them big ass trees was there when y'all decided this is where we moving. Big ass trees were there. It's like, and they stayed there for years. I'm bullshit you not. Cutting off the branch, looking at that in hindsight, I can look at that and be like, okay. When they cut, no, it was longer than that. It was like 15 years because I was with Christy. I was with Christy when that tree came down. I forgot that tree was there with me and Christy for his first date. Big ass front yard tree. One day came to the crib, that motherfucker gone. Looking back on it, it makes me laugh. That's some grandma shit, bro. I said I was gonna get something to eat, but y'all said you got me sitting here bullshitting. I ain't tripping. I'm just chilling. I just been watching a bunch of shit about Gucci and Pooh Shiesty because like the shit's so funny to me. When you tell me a nigga they said the nigga was on the phone with his PO. His PO told him to get his black ass back to the house. And then he immediately got off the phone. And robbed Guwap. This is what they said. They said he immediately got off the phone. His PO was like telling that nigga he need to go back home. The nigga was like, I am home. The nigga told her to refresh that shit again, all that shit. Matter of fact, that was a different conversation. But they said that nigga talked to her like less than 5 minutes before he robbed Gucci. So it sounds like basically the nigga was like, hey nigga, we gotta hurry up and rob this nigga, man. I gotta get back. You know you a real criminal nigga when you sitting here and you like, hey man, I just got off the phone with my PO, man. We gotta hurry up and rob this nigga, man. They talking about violating a nigga. Yeah, I just checked in. We got about half an hour, nigga. Get your motherfucking ass on the floor, nigga. Get your motherfucking ass on the floor, nigga. This a kidnapping, don't make it no murder. And then they said they got the audio of the whole thing because his ankle monitor was recording. I thought you said trying to catch up to me is gonna be a whole lot of running. Nigga, they didn't have to run far at all. They knew exactly where the fuck you were at. They like, yeah, his daddy and Big 30, they said they ain't got them with a gun. Nigga, they don't need them with a gun. They got them niggas on conspiracy. These niggas is, man, I'll let y'all niggas know everything, bro. Y'all be listening to these bloggers too much, bro. Yeah, which Gucci did he rob? Did he rob Ice Cream Cone Gucci or the clone nigga? Cause now niggas like academics, oh, Gucci hired the police. He took the police in there with him. Nigga, all to have real security, most times it's going to be police, ex-police, off-duty police, or military. Cause those are the niggas that really be trained for real and proficient in using firearms and securing people. Now it's Gucci brought the police with him. Gucci had one bodyguard with him, standard, because he's kind of an important person. They choked the fuck out of that white boy. When I saw the pictures of the white boy neck, man, I said, man, y'all niggas ain't. When I tell you they choked this nigga out, bro. When I first, they was like, yeah, he said they choked him till he was damn near unconscious. I was like, this nigga trying to get paid. I saw the pictures of his neck. Oh, never mind. They choked the fuck out of you. It's like God, you made, but like, I thought, when I first heard it, I thought he was bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. It sounded like a cash grab. I don't know why to me that shit sounded like a cash grab, nigga. And then I found out, nigga, nah. They choked the shit out of him. It's one of the dumbest, it's the dumbest hip hop robbery I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard of a nigga coming out and breaking through a ceiling that most people ain't been able to break. See, the problem with y'all rap niggas now is y'all learning y'all should have never signed no record deals with streams. Y'all need to go back to selling units. Now y'all be talking this ignorant shit. Oh, 50 million streams a month, 100 million streams a month. And you know how you know it's fake? You know how you fucking know it's fake? What was the standard? Can somebody tell me what was the standard of success when your album dropped? What was it? And not just on day one, just period. What was the standard of success for your album? Okay, how many records you sold? How many records did you have to sell for your album to be considered great? Let me remind you, gold was the standard, and that's 500,000 albums. Gold is not even 1 million. So you a gold recording artist, that had a level of respect. But if you was a platinum recording artist, you sold 1 million records. Selling 1 million records was a big deal because everybody couldn't fucking do it. Now, Y'all niggas be telling me niggas is not that successful. They can't even really crack the charts, but they getting 50 million streams a month. What? Nigga, it's computers. There's nothing tangible to grab. So when there's nothing tangible to grab like that, them niggas is gonna lie. When I don't have to go buy the CD, niggas is gonna lie about how successful it is. Right. If you was doing 100K albums in the first week, like, bro, it was the rare case of shit like, 50 Cent selling 10 million. But his shit was like, he was so back. 50 dropped at the perfect time. He dropped at the peak of Dr. Dre, Eminem. That relationship. That's when 50 got on. Remember, 50 came out during the 8 Mile era. He was on the 8 Mile soundtrack. That was a big fucking deal. 8 Mile was a massive deal, nigga. For those that forgot. That was 10 million. And that's considered diamond. And that was like unheard of. So like, but Eminem had such fucking star power at the time. D12 went platinum. Obi Trice went platinum. Like anybody that M put out at the time could sell at least 1 million records. Just if he did like 2 features on the album. You get your publishing situated, bam. Now everything's just streaming. Niggas don't even really be in the studio. Like, artists used to go get in the studio together and record these remixes. Now, niggas just all in their own studio recording a verse and just email it to each other. Remember their Miri Ben-Ari? Miri, wasn't her name Miri Ben-Ari? The violinist bitch? I believe that, yep, I think she did do that Twister song. It was hard, but that million mark meant something. And we know it was more than 1 million people at the time. But that's a fair gauge of shit. Like, everybody ain't going to, but now you don't know who's popular and nobody ends up being popular. None of these niggas be wanting to drop shit, and then the niggas that want to drop shit, the record labels won't let them. Like, I'm not like an old head in the sense where it's like, oh, I'm too old to listen to new music. No, the shit just trash, bro. I never thought it would get here. When I was DJing, like, it just kept progressing. I progressed through times. I remember certain trends going into snap music, coming out of that shit into crunk music. Usher and them had brought back like high tempo R&B joints again. Like, but you don't have to call and yeah and shit like that. Like, these things was like starting to happen again. And then all of a sudden drill music came in and people just stopped making music. Then the R&B niggas just started being raunchy, where it was like, the raunchy tracks were supposed to be for the album, nigga. I forgot about Mickey Avalon. It's literally kids that listen to retro shit now. The amount of kids that have found like, oh my goodness, this other shit's. But what started killing me was when we got into this era of rapping where people rap off beat. That it, I'm Peter Griffin, bro. That shit grinds my gears. I can't stand to listen to niggas rap off beat. I'm like, can you not hear the beat? But that's like the way some of these kids be rapping. It's just like spoken word over a beat. But it's like, well, what's the point of having a beat if you're not like riding the beat correctly? And it be some of their favorites, nigga, where it's like, this nigga's rapping off beat. But I don't think none of these niggas know how to count beats, let alone follow one. I love Silk. That's what with Silk, why I even though I like Silk, I couldn't put Silk like as no great rapper because of shit like that. Because it would be certain shit that he just would want to get off, and instead of him figuring out how to get it off, he just say it, and it'd be off beat in certain parts and shit like that. You absolutely right. Yep, like I can't stand that offbeat rapping shit. Like growing up from where I was from, like you would got laughed at. Like if you tried to get in a cipher and shit like that, like in the 90s, early 2000s, even back in the 80s when their rap schemes was way more simple. Like you was getting laughed at, bro. Cause that was supposed to be step one. Before you even learned how to even fucking, you could know, if you knew how you could write the craziest bars ever, if you couldn't do them on beat properly or no shit, man, you was getting laughed out the room. Said, I'm sorry, Blueface, tough. It's the offbeat rap. But I ain't heard none of these new niggas really have no bars. Like, y'all niggas be telling, like, J. Cole is a mid rapper. Like, these niggas that y'all be telling me are like the greatest niggas, I'm like, they couldn't have survived back then. Because they weren't going to have this push because it was hard in the late 90s, early 2000s in this music shit, regardless of the genre. You talking about an era of like Biggie, Tupac, Nas, even at that point. Method Man, Redman, Wu-Tang in itself, this crazy following, like you niggas like in Outkast. And these niggas is all Bun B, Pimp C. These are all people that niggas would consider legends. And I'm like, for y'all to be telling me that Kendrick Lamar, as good as he is right now or whatever the fuck, same with Drake, same with J. Cole, you telling me these niggas would really be, they really so good that they could have just been running laps around all these niggas I just named who were all out at the same time. DMX. LL Cool J. That's why I'm just like, y'all gotta understand, yeah, I ain't saying that Kendrick is trash or anything like that, but Kendrick ain't facing no real competition. None of these niggas are. Right. Then you had the underground legends like the MJGs, the 8 Balls, the Project Pat. Let's not get on all the Cali niggas just in themselves, the Selly Cells and the motherfucker DJ Quick, Spice One, and all of that shit. You literally could go to their Trick Daddy and them down in Miami. That's what I'm like. It was, and then you got Bone coming out of Cleveland. J Rock, you get on my nerves. You had Ford E40 out in the Bay. All these niggas was all cracking at the same time, bro. All these people sitting their name were all cracking at the same time. You are lying if you telling me that Kendrick Lamar has faced this type of competition. He really just sat back and then one day he went at Drake and then everybody's like, he the greatest now. Like, I don't even know how y'all gave it to Drake. The moment Meek Mill exposed that Drake didn't write his own raps, I said Drake could never be the greatest rapper. He don't even write his own raps. How can he be the greatest? So, like, no disrespect to Kenny, but I think y'all niggas would just be mid at best during that era. I think you niggas can make a hit or two, but shit, you gotta think, like, niggas like E40 had like 5 fucking mega hits, nigga. Granted, E40 got a catalog longer than Train Smoke, but like, some of these niggas that still, like, E40 ain't considered no mainstream legend. He's definitely a legend in my book. But there's a lot of people that don't remember Sprinkle Me. So when I sit here and be like, y'all trying to tell me that NBA Youngboy, and I'm like, these niggas could not have survived back then. It's like, if you literally could do that shit and just uproot them and put them in that time, these niggas could not survive. Even if I felt they could adapt to the music styles, I still don't think they could survive. Because then even when the other new niggas came out, where you started, like, when Lupe came out, when Ludacris came out, when Kanye came out. Shit, Twista was an underground legend for like a whole ass decade before he got them mainstream hits. Twista was another one where it's like all these niggas were jumping all at the same time. Like, it's just hard for me to believe that Kendrick would have dropped and nobody would get, like, nigga, Biggie and Pac was not. People look in retrospect and like they were on an island. Biggie and Pac were never on this island like how Drake and them were on an island, where it's like anytime they drop a song, it's just shooting up the chart. Nah, nigga. Yeah, East Coast niggas fuck with Biggie like that. West Coast niggas fuck with Pac like that. But like, they didn't just dominate the charts like that. Other niggas was having hit records, bro. That's new shit. That new shit where it's like only certain niggas can have hit records. It's new. We had lots of one hit wonder ass niggas. Yeah, shit, it don't surprise me. Ice Cube was another one. So all these motherfucking, shit. Timbaland's production was so hard, then you had shit like, then you had to go up against shit like Timbaland and Magoo, where it's like these niggas, they ain't the best rappers ever, but their production level go crazy. Same thing with No Limit. Same thing with Cash Money. They ushered in a level of production that niggas had never heard. I saw the same shit where they came to like rock, alternative music, and shit like that, and the amount of bands, the amount, bro, Taylor Swift could not have just dominated that field back then. We talking back when Sheryl Crow and all these motherfuckers jumping for real. Prime Gwen Stefani, the Britney Spears, the Christina Aguilera's, like Taylor Swift just wouldn't have been doing it like that. Beyonce would not have been doing it in her fucking field back in some time. Yeah, Pink, early Pink for sure. Madonna was still jumping. So like even like the Beyonces and shit like that, like look like Chantel, what's her name? Chantel Moore, ain't that her name? Like the amount of one hit wonder chicks that I could name, and I'm like, these bitches sing better than Beyonce, bro. A. Marie, Christina Milian. Like Beyonce, remember when Destiny's Child was like that? Like, nigga, Beyonce, like, none, they were not just like this heads. Anybody that remembers, yes, they had some songs you fuck with, but nobody even ever thought Destiny Child was better than TLC, nigga. Then it's like you just what now the industry changed to where you just wait out long enough. You really ain't got no competition. It's gonna be the same couple handful of you motherfuckers. That's why people gotta continue to just be independent and have your independent audiences. Find out motherfuckers and find out when they tour, because a lot of these niggas that are independent do be touring. Whether it's comedians or whatever the fuck. Because this, like this Live Nation shit has ruined everything. Like I remember going to shows where if I told you all the people was there, you'd be like, you lying. Like I went to a show where it was Eminem, D12, Stat Quo, Little John, the East Side Boys, Ludacris, Obi Trice, DJ Alchemist. I said Eminem, didn't I? Like like all of these people were, it's like you couldn't get all these. It's not even that many hot artists now, and you definitely ain't getting them niggas on the same shit. Even like the trap, like we listened to ghetto gangster trap music and shit growing up, but the shit actually would be fucking good music. This drill music, a lot of this shit was graded on a curve, because it was like it wasn't necessarily that the music was good. It's just that, oh, this music was about somebody that got murdered. definitely. Only plans for sure. Boston. I've been to so many shows where it was just like you just never knew. It'd be like, oh man, this person with these motherfuckers mixing. It was some genre type shit, all types of shit. And now concerts are more expensive than ever, and it's like, he said I smoked 2 ounces in like 5 hours. Liddy. I just know I'm excited to get back into DVDs and CDs and shit. I'm excited. When I move into my new spot, I'm getting an old school radio. I'm talking about the floor model on wheels. I'm talking about I'm gonna have, and I'm not just gonna be like, everybody didn't have their shit working right. I'm gonna have the shit where I had the record player, the CD player, and the cassette player. Fuck it, I'm gonna get me a Zach Morris cell phone while I'm at it. Fuck it, might as well. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat, man. Say goodnight to your boy. Appreciate y'all chilling. Zach Morris is trash. I've been here damn 2.5 hours. I said I'll be here. I was like, I'll smoke one with them for half an hour. 4 later, we're going to go get some to eat. Boston, Joy, Scott Johnson, Janice, Bob, KS Dub, shout out to Chadrick, Leonard, J Rock, Lennox, Amber. Sweet dreams indeed. Sweet dreams for everybody. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Bird, Kendra, God is great. My weight has been lifted. Right at the end. I'm ready. I heard your people been down there showing up, man. Y'all niggas adults, bro. Y'all don't get enough. But I definitely gonna keep a small team in place. That way we can focus on our indicators while we pull mass resources out of a small situation from Baghdad into Dalton. Yeah, heard Chris Gonzalez passed it. That's tough. RIP to him and the family. We're gonna leave a junior team in place, and we're gonna keep a veteran team on scene, while also having a senior team on the phone. So, God is great. If you still breathing, it's time to get right. Ain't none of this shit promised, bro. Hey, living evil can do that to you. I won't speak ill of the dead. I'll just say living evil can do that to you. As long as you understand, J Rock, you know what I mean? This is Commander Tootie signing off.